You don't need a roof to benefit from solar. But there's one renter solar mistake that makes people overpay and then feel disappointed. So today I'll show you the renter solar hack nobody explains. It's not a secret brand. It's not magic hardware. It's timing and load matching. So your solar actually turns into savings. Here's the big truth in one sentence. Solar saves you money when your solar power gets used while it's being produced. That is the secret to success. If your panel produces power at noon, but you use most of your electricity at 7 p.m., you won't feel the savings. That gap between production and consumption is where money gets left on the table, and most guides skip over it. So the hack is simple. Build a daytime base load that your solar can cover reliably and stop the leak. That means identifying the devices and habits that run during the day and making sure they're drawing from your panel. That's it. That's how renters actually feel the results. And here's the thing most people don't realize until they try it. The gap between production and consumption is often much easier to close than it sounds. It is just about timing. You're not rearranging your whole schedule. You're identifying what's already running while you're home, your router, your laptop, your phone, and making sure the solar covers that steady daytime draw every day. Most renters already have a natural base load happening. They just haven't pointed solar at it yet, but they should. Once you do, the numbers start making sense in a way they didn't before. The panel isn't wasted. The savings are real. The savings become visible, and you stop wondering whether solar is actually doing anything because you can see it is. You can see the difference every single month. It gives you more control and less confusion over your power. Now, if you rent, you already know the limitations. You can't install rooftop solar. You can't modify the wiring. You might not even be able to permanently mount anything on the wall. It can feel like this topic just isn't for you. But here's the renter reality. A well-placed balcony panel can meaningfully offset a portion of your electricity bill. Not your whole bill, a portion of it. That portion, router, laptop, charging, can be worth real money over a year. The key word is matched. That's what most guides skip. That's what this video is about, and what we focus on. You don't need a roof. You need the right match. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that looks like. But first, let me give you a quick sense of scale so you know what you're working with. It's about numbers. A typical balcony panel produces somewhere between 100 and 400 watt-hours on a good sunny day. That's not a huge number, but your router uses about 8 watts. Your laptop uses 30 to 45 watts. Your phone charges at 5 to 10 watts. Add those up, and on a productive midday, your panel can cover all 3. That's your grid electricity replaced by your own electricity, quietly, every clear day. That is real independence. That's the renter solar opportunity. And it's more real than most people think. Let's dive into how to do it. Base load is the steady, boring electricity your home uses during the day. Not the oven, not the washing machine on a full cycle. The things that hum along quietly, drawing a modest, predictable amount of power, whether you think about them or not. For renters, this is actually great news, because you can control your base load without installing anything permanent. No landlord permission, no electrician, no modifications. Instead of trying to run big appliances, match solar to steady needs. Think quiet and consistent, not big and dramatic. That's how you avoid overbuying a panel you don't actually need, and undersaving because your usage and production never overlap. Most renters already have a natural base load running. Router, laptop, phone charging. They're just not using solar to cover it yet. That's the gap we're closing today. And the reason this works so well is consistency. A base load doesn't require discipline or daily decisions. It just runs. Your panel produces in a consistent window. Your base load consumes in a consistent window. When those overlap, savings stack up. Day after day without you having to think about it again. That's the foundation. Everything else builds on top of it. Here are the renter-friendly base loads. Number 1, your router or modem. Number 2, your work from home setup. Number 1 is a perfect match. Number 2, a laptop and monitor during working hours, steady and reliable. Number 3, a phone and device charging station. Number 4, a small fan for comfort, especially in warmer months. Charging is predictable and daily. A small fan runs for hours at low, steady watts. These are easy wins. Number 5, an air purifier if you already use one. Number 6, a dehumidifier if you genuinely need it. Same logic. These devices run for hours and draw low, steady watts. They are the definition of a consistent base load. Now, notice what's not on this list. Space heaters, ovens, anything that creates huge, unpredictable spikes. Not because those things are bad, just because they're the wrong match. Trying to power them leads to frustration. And here's the mindset shift. You are not trying to run your home on solar. You're replacing expensive grid electricity. That's a much smaller target. And it's one a small, affordable, renter-friendly panel can absolutely hit every day. So look at your home right now and ask, which of these 6 things already runs while I'm here during the day? Whatever your answer is, that's your starting point. That's the device you match first. It's that simple. And if the answer is, none of them run during the day because I'm at work, that's useful information too. It means your first move is to identify which of these devices you can shift to daytime hours, at least partially. Your phone charging is the easiest. Just plug it in before you leave in the morning instead of in the evening. Your router already runs all day, whether you're there or not. You already have a natural base load to work with. The panel is just waiting for you to point it at the right things. That's where your energy independence starts. Once you point it at the right load, the savings become automatic. Let's look at how to set this up for real. Here's the matching rule, and it really is this simple. If your solar output is small and steady, match it with a load that's small and steady. That's it. When renters consistently do this, the bill reduction becomes real over time. Not dramatic, not overnight, but real and repeatable. And if you want to be a little extra smart about it, run your base load more during the sunniest hours. Not permanently, just lean into it. The classic sun window for most locations is roughly 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. If your router runs all day anyway, great, it's already matched. If your laptop work or charging can happen more during those hours, even better. You're not restructuring your life. You're just nudging a few habits to overlap with the hours your panel is doing the work. Now, the number one reason renter solar disappoints. It's not the brand of panel. It's not the inverter. It's shade. And here's the part people underestimate. Shade is not a little less output. Even partial shade, a railing shadow, a tree limb, can significantly reduce your panel's output. So fix shade first. Here's the priority order. Priority 1, least shade possible, non-negotiable. Priority 2, stable, safe mounting. Wind is real. Priority 3, safe cable routing. Priority 4, angle optimization. A bonus, not the foundation. Get 1 and 2 right, and you've solved the biggest variables. The rest is refinement. Let me give you one practical way to check shade before you commit to a spot. Pick a clear day. Set the panel where you're thinking of placing it, just resting, not mounted yet. Watch it for 30 minutes around noon. Is a shadow crossing it? From a railing? A neighboring wall? If yes, move it. Even 30 centimeters can make a meaningful difference. This test costs nothing. It saves you weeks of wondering why your panel is underperforming. Shade is invisible until you look for it, so look for it first. Now, the honest question a lot of renters ask, do I need a battery with my solar setup? And the honest answer is, sometimes yes, but not always. Here's how to think about it. Scenario 1, you're home during the day. Your base load runs during production. A battery might be optional. Scenario 2, you're not home until evening. If all use happens after 6 p.m., Solar without storage won't do much. A battery becomes the bridge. Scenario 3. You want backup power as well as savings. Then storage becomes dual purpose. That's a stronger case for investing in it. Here's the mistake I see most often: buying a battery first and assuming the savings will follow automatically. They don't. Not without a matched base load underneath it. For most renters starting out, get the base load right first. Run it for a few weeks, then decide on storage. That order matters. Let's make sure you get the order right. Before we get to your starter routine, let me flag the 3 mistakes that make renter solar feel like a disappointment, so you can skip all of them. Mistake 1: judging solar on the first cloudy week. Solar output varies with weather. One gray week doesn't tell you anything. 2 weeks of data across different days gives you a real picture. Be patient with the measurement. Mistake 2: buying the panel before identifying the base load. It sounds backwards, but a lot of people buy first and figure out the load later. The result? The panel produces at noon, but there's nothing steady to draw from it. Identify your base load first, then size your panel to match. Mistake 3: expecting to feel the savings immediately on the bill. Solar savings compound quietly over weeks and months. They rarely show up as one dramatic drop in month 1. If you're tracking your data and seeing midday usage covered, it's working. That's not a hardware problem. That's not a placement problem. That's the matching working exactly as it should. Here's the calm renter solar starter routine. 4 steps. That's the whole thing. It is designed for results without the drama. Step 1. Pick one daytime base load you can run consistently. Just one. Your router, your work laptop, your charging station. Step 2. Place the panel for least shade and safe mounting. Use everything from scene 6. Get those 2 things right. Step 3. Track the result for 2 weeks. Not one afternoon. Not one cloudy Tuesday. 2 weeks gives you a real picture. And step 4, then decide on storage. Not before you have data. After. This is the sequence that saves you money. Here's why the 2-week window matters so much. The first few days can be misleading. A couple of cloudy days and you might give up. A couple of sunny days and you might overestimate winter. 2 weeks gives you both, and a realistic average in between. That average is your real data. That's what tells you whether your base load is actually matched, and whether the panel is sized right, and whether storage would genuinely add value on top of what you have. Most people skip this and buy based on incomplete info. Don't do that. 2 weeks is short. The data is worth it. So the renter solar hack is this simple. Match solar to your daytime base load. That's where the savings become real, not the panel size, not the brand, not the angle, the match. That is the key. If you get that one thing right, everything else becomes a refinement. And if you get it wrong, even a great panel won't feel like much. So here's your takeaway. Before you buy anything else, identify your daytime base load. Place your panel where shade is least. Track for 2 weeks, and then, only then, decide if storage makes sense for your setup. That's the plan. That's the calm renter solar plan. No hype, no overbuying, no disappointment, just real savings every clear day. I'm Alma. Smart energy, no drama. I help renters like you take control of their power bills one step at a time. See you next time. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your solar setup.